Hello, everyone. We have four people here. See, I don't get why Facebook, as the person doing the damn thing, doesn't show you who the people are that are watching. That'd be really cool. Facebook, figure it out. Well, we're up to 5 now. Hello, everyone. Say hi in the comments. I see our friend Taylor's in the comments. Hi, Taylor. He's our he's our, he's our first comment.
The
Um,
people that watch this probably don't know our clap
our
thing
thing.
for editing the video because it always gets edited out.
Not always. I've been putting it in
Okay.
for. Krista's in here. Hi, Krista. So,
Hi, Krista.
I just want to roll into some things and stuff non-RC related. First of all, those of you might always notice I have a foam cup on the podcast, and this is from Sarnelli's Beer. I know it's backwards, but it's Sarnelli's Beer Distributor. It's my local beer distributor. My dad worked there flipping pizzas back in high school, so I go there all the time. They got alcoholic slushies. Been getting them religiously for the past 4 years, right? And just now, I just been introduced to blending the flavors. So this is an orange creamsicle mixed with a pineapple coconut. It is.
I hate coconut.
Well, this is fucking delightful.
I was gonna say, I hate orange creamsicle, so that doesn't sound good to me at
Yeah.
all.
It's great to me. They're 8%. Woo!
I'll take the one half. Mike will take the other half. How about that?
Yeah,
All right.
it's more so Alex is drinking it, so as long as he likes it, that's what matters.
Well, they're delicious. They're awesome. They're great in the summer. And then yeah, that's all I had on that quick topic. Cody joined us. Hi, Cody. Tom Petralla. Pumpkin's here. Hi, Pumpkin. I also wanted to talk to you guys about, because I know we're pretty much all energy drink users. How about that Celsius thing? Get mixed with what, the high noons or whatever?
I'll go through both
I
of
heard-
these
I
probably
heard
by the
about
time
that.
we're done.
You guys seen this? Have you heard about this?
Yeah.
I heard
it's
about it today
the
from somebody I work with.
lawyer's dream or something like that. If you get pulled over for a DUI, you can just
Yeah.
now tell him you had a Celsius.
Well, like, it's weird, right? So, me as a fond drinker, an avid drinker. High noons, I've had them before. They're pretty good. I also drink Celsius from time to time. When I go to drink an energy drink, I don't want to party. I'm like driving to work or driving to the track or driving home from work or the track, right? And the thing with me being an avid drinker, I'm going to know instantly what it is. I'm going to take a sip and be like, that's alcohol. And then I'm going to get mad because I might be driving to work and I might have to go in for a drug test. And then I'm going to be mad because I can't have a second one, And then let alone for all the recovering alcoholics. I mean, my heart goes out to anyone that got into that. Some people might have been 10, 15, 20 years clean and just try to get a little caffeine in their life, and scary. It's truly scary. Like, we can sit around and joke about it, but they fuck up
I wonder if
someone's life.
any of our viewers know anyone that has sampled this elusive Celsius energy drink
What's up,
or
Shane?
not.
Shane said he sticks to Monster Energy only.
I have a monster here, Shane.
Pumpkin wants to find one really bad. But yeah, those are my non-RC topics, unless I want to tell the story that I told you guys last night. Not that I'm ashamed of anything, but it's really funny. That's more of a track time story.
I don't even remember what we talked about last night. I'm sorry.
That's fine. I'll just say
Same
it
here.
now.
I'm kind of at a loss too.
Well, when I was
Yeah.
I was driving, because I sent it at midnight, right? Because
Oh, the video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
So,
yeah.
Okay, now I have to tell it this far. But I get off work at 11:30 p.m. Right? I was able to make a blood deal to do this thing. But so last night I get off at 11:30, driving home, Route 31. Guy's high beaming me. Like, oh man. I'm like waiting. I'm like, it's a cop. Waiting. Finally the lights turn on. Get pulled over. I was doing like 10 over. I was speeding a little bit, I ain't gonna lie. Cop walks up and, oh, where are you doing? Where are you going? License registration. I'm like, oh, coming home from work. And yeah, like, yeah, you were fluctuating between 5 and 10 mile an hour. Yeah, sorry about that. He goes, "Can you step out of the car?" I was like, "Okay." And he has me go post up at his patrol car, and he's like, "How much you had to drink tonight?" And I like kind of snickered. I'm like, "Nothing yet, but like as soon as I get home, I'm gonna dive into a couple." He kind of snickered, and he's like, "You haven't had anything to drink tonight?" I was like, "No, not a drop." And so he goes through, has me do the whole bit. I walk the line, and on this white line, there's the rumble strip, so it's got the indentations, and I'm wearing my Crocs. And I got bad knees already, let alone coming out of an 8-hour shift of climbing up and down equipment. So I'm in the middle of these concaves, like struggling to stand on one leg, and I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna end up at the police station. I'm stone cold sober, and yeah. But anyways, I did that. Had to jump on one leg, count to 20, blew in the breathalyzer, .00, of course, and he said sorry, gave me a warning, and let me go. But it was a slight inconvenience. I get it. They're doing their job, you know. They see a young kid like me at 11:30 midnight in a hot hatch that's doing 5 or 10 over. I'd pull me over too. I'm a degenerate, you know. But
You see, we have somebody in the waiting room. Are we letting them in or no?
we have a waiting room. What?
Oh, Gary.
Yeah.
We can let Gary in.
I like Gary.
Okay.
Someone drag Gary in.
While we drag Gary in,
Gary.
Shane Yoder wants you to show us where the police officer touched you.
He did. So got out of the car.
So he did.
Got out of the car, and he's doing the bit, and he's like, "You got anything like in the car we should know about?" And I said, "Yeah, I got my Glock under the seat. I got my permit for it." He's like, "You got anything on you?" I said, "I have one stick of chapstick in my right pocket. Other than that, nothing." He immediately tapped my chapstick. I was like, "Yep, that's it."
Is that a chapstick in your pants, or are you just happy to see me?
Or are you just disappointed to see me? Oh, TJ's in the chat. Haven't seen you.
Chris wants to know if this can be a weekly thing, and I don't know if he misspelled the
Blue.
slow as fast Thursday, Thirsty
my-
Thursday.
Thursdays.
Oh,
Yeah.
I promise, Chris, I am working to get the shift to where we can make this a weekly thing. But I see TJ's in the chat. TJ, I miss you. We need to figure out to go racing or meet up for dinner or something, because I haven't seen you in years. Who I saw some others in there I want to address. Hi Tina, what's up? I bet is Bert. Where's Alex at? He should be watching this too. He watch the lives. Eugen Sean Racing, how's it going? First time live watching. This is only our second time live, so you haven't missed much. Jake Peterson with quotation marks. Chapstick.
The third time we'll be live is probably going to be at LCRC
Right. That is the plan.
in a couple of weeks.
If we don't get completely sidetracked like we always do.
Oh, every time. Or
Yeah,
or the one time we tried to do it and the pits next to us immediately decide to start tuning their nitro. We got to do it in the camper next time. Which you got the mics now, right, Taylor?
Yeah, I just got them in the mail today, and I tested them. I got 2 of them.
Is it a 2? Like a 2-into-1? We'll have to do
Yeah,
it
they're
off the phone.
Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Yeah, it plugs into any type of phone or like speaker type of thing. So it's got like a 3-way jack, so it goes 3 ways. And it'll either go to an iPhone, Android, or something with a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack.
Sweet. I was about to buy some. I remember you were talking about. I found some 4-ways, but they were like starting at like 140 or something. I was like, ugh. I might end up buying them because I get bored and get on Amazon. But yeah, we'll definitely put those to use. Sam commented, said, would have been funnier if it was a glow igniter in your pocket. Well, Sam. Sam, I'm sorry, but I don't know you. And I don't race nitro. So, I mean, it could have been like a bullet plug, maybe. That's even more disappointing. But
Is it more accurate or more disappointing?
well, Krista said we could use the Hump Day booth. I see the Hump Day booth as a sacred thing, and like Krista, I really appreciate it, but I don't know if you want us in there.
No. Yeah, the Hump Day booth is the Hump Day booth. We'll just be wild
woodshed.
animals out in the outside.
We got the
We'll be
woodshed.
wild rabbit animals outside.
We'll sit on the futon in the woodshed, 4 wide.
Ugh.
Anyway,
What else you
or
got
just-
for us tonight?
Comedy Lonzo's
Well,
trailer.
that's about all the bantering I have for non-RC things. We could. I'd love to talk a little bit about our points series. How Wicked Weekend shuffled that up.
Yeah, quite a bit. Shout out to Camden Lime, who was just sending us a couple messages, and
very
he
cool.
jumped up in the points. He did very good. Wicked Weekend.
Yeah. Fend and Mayfield both had super bad luck, so that ended up
Yeah.
very nice for everyone else.
Mayfield, I think, broke and he pulled out. Fenn
Yeah, it was
still
something like that.
made the race, but I'm pretty sure he was about last position.
I'm trying to pull them up forever. Here's our current point standings for our slowest fast driver points shootout after Wicked Weekend. So Mason Fuller takes over the top spot. I believe Ryan Mayfield was holding on to the top spot this whole time since January. So Mason Fuller takes it over by 1 point. Van Dalen.
I know 1 point.
Yeah, that's crazy. And that's still that's a 7-point gap between second and third, which in this series it's pretty considerate. How we're doing the points and everything. A 7-point gap is pretty that's a good bit. Yeah, Camden Lime up to fourth. I mean, we got S Works first and fourth right now, so that's pretty cool for them.
I will say though, for how often Seth is in the top 5, that's not that big of a gap. If Mayfield breaks again,
This is true. It's very. I mean, yeah. If Mayfield,
So.
because Mayfield had a pretty good lead on everyone, so if he has another bad weekend and everyone else holds it down, then, I mean, we might see Mayfield down in 8th or 9th, or even 10th. Because from what I see, 10th and below, how we're doing the points, there's pretty much no way Dakota Fenn's gonna win, or anyone below Dakota, because they missed the race. Dakota had baby things. We already have a drop in this, so those people at least missed 2 races, or didn't make the
He
A main
missed
in
at
that
least
race.
2, yeah.
Yeah, which I understand for baby things, or people have lives outside of this. Even if
We did
this is
do
their
the
career.
drop for him
Yeah.
too, so
And that helped a lot of people. But I mean, Tebow in 9th with 447. He's 30. Quick maths, 37 points behind Mason. So that's a 2-race gap. That's Mason not making the A main and Jared Tebow winning the next 2 events. Basically.
then Drake dropped down quite a bit because he missed this one, of course, so this will be his lowest score, and then subtract his other one. Do you guys see the top 25 list just came out too?
Oh, I didn't see that. Oh no, I did, because
Yep.
Dakota dropped he didn't drop, but Ongaro
He's
got
in
like
third
8 more
place.
points or something.
Yeah, Ongaro
Yeah.
is first. I can pull that up. I have it saved here. Just a moment.
I'll find it so I can show the crowd.
So it's Ongaro, JC3, then Fenn, then Boots, Ronafolk, then Mason Fuller. And we were just talking about Camden Lime and Mason running S Works. There's now 6 drivers for S Works on the top 25 list.
Oh wow, yeah.
wow.
Honestly, it's a really good spread and even on our list, but on the top 25 list, it's a very good spread of all the brands. I mean, truly. Even the Mayako's up there, Cavallari's there in 22nd. I mean, I see 2 Mugans, a couple Infinities, Technos. I see all the brands besides TLR, of course.
It just goes to show that all of the cars are really damn good.
They are. They truly are. And even on the tire side, I mean, JC, without counting, it looks like JC kind of takes the reins there, but a lot of Hot Race and Matrix. Promotions up there with Camden Lime. Shout out Camden Lime. He's up to 17th on the top 25. TZO's there, OMK's there. You know who's not there? Proline.
Huh.
I'm not talking shit or anything, but
Who runs Proline anymore as a sponsored
I'm-
level?
I'm pretty sure Proline dissolved their team. a
yeah,
while
I
ago.
don't
Yeah.
think. Well,
I don't think
Horizon.
anyone's running it.
Horizon
on a high
dissolved their
level.
team.
Yeah, pretty much all the Proline guys went JC.
So did
for the most
Gary
part.
just jump in here to mess up my overlays and then bounce?
Yes. Well, he's
He
back
said
in
he
the
was
waiting room
having
now.
computer issues. I was expecting him to say something in chat saying, "I'm good now," and I drag him back in. But
Okay.
Gary.
I want to go
He's
back to
probably
the
chasing Shims rolling across his desk right now.
Probably.
want to go back to the comments. Sam races in Louisiana. Very cool. He's a part of Scotty's throbbing brain.
Ernst?
I have to assume you mean Scotty Ernst, so please elaborate on that, Sam. I'm intrigued. Chucky's in here. Hey, Chucky. Keep the dinosaurs away from Chucky. And Gavin says his computer's dumb. Pumpkin loves Lutz and says Orion got Proline. Pretty sure. Like, yeah, Horizon owns Proline. Yeah, there it is. No more team. Yeah, no, I agree with you, Brandon. I'm pretty sure they disbanded that nonsense. Whatever. I mean, a lot of people still use Proline. Like, at least every weekend that we see at our races. So, I mean,
It's still a good tire.
it's a great tire, but I mean, personally, like, I don't know. I'm unaffiliated. I always end up buying JC tires.
Yeah.
And
Like I say, the number one tire brand that you see at the track is J Concepts, hands down.
And like Promotion's doing really good right now. Like they got a really good team together, and everyone's having good. Like Mike, we talk about it all the time, and Chris and Gary V. I mean, they're doing good stuff. But and then here was Aiden Horn. He's on Hot Race, right?
Hot Race.
So
Yep.
I mean, they must be doing good, you know.
And look at Lutz is running raw speed. He's making him work.
Yeah, no, Raw Speed's another good one, you know.
Yeah.
There's tons of good tires. I mean, as a unaffiliated, JC is the easiest to get. It's the most popular ran. I'm confident getting that tire, and then just figuring out amongst everyone else what they're choosing to run at that race that day or whatever, and makes it easier.
There's something to be said when everyone's running that tire and you can bounce ideas of what tire choice you want for the track and conditions amongst a whole bunch of group of people. Like it's pretty cool, Mike. You guys have like a big group of the I want to call it our slang term, promotion. I have to think of the real word for it. I'm sorry.
We just call them promos to the public.
Yeah. Yeah. You and all your promos can get together and talk about tire choices and stuff because there is a pretty good group now in the region and they're all great people, pretty fast. But it's hard to dispute. There's an even bigger group of JC people in the region.
100%.
Well,
yeah, definitely.
Just like you said, like Colin just commented, he said JC's number one until you go to pit stop and there's promotion everywhere, and that's very true. Like the one time Gary V and I went out, I mean, obviously Gary V's promotion and David Harvey, Dominic Valentine, Ezra, Thomas. I don't even know if Thomas is promotion. I think he is, maybe. But
Thomas Kaufman, he is.
yeah. Well, there you go.
Yeah,
like it was,
he's a promo,
and Bob Walker was there, and so
he's a tall promo.
he's a very tall. Ken Jeffrey says a lot of different tires have the same tread will work, but if they have soft compound in them, they really are soft long wear. And yeah, I definitely agree with you, Ken. Like it seems like really across all brands of tires, like there's always like that one tire that is identical to this brand, which is identical to that brand, but the difference is in the actual softness of the rubber compound. So you gotta watch out for that too when you're comparing. Like if I walk up to Mike, what are you running? He says Raptors, which is very similar to a Reflex. And then he's like, I'm on T2, T3. I'm like, bro, like green or blues? What are we doing here? And then even if he's like, oh, T2's like a green, but it might be a little harder, a little softer than a green. Stuff like that makes a difference.
I had this conversation with. Oh, go ahead, Mike.
I was gonna say, there's some things like Alex, like I know, like when we talk about tires, or whatever. I've run all of them, right? So like I know the windows, so like I can give you a really good idea of like, hey, if I'm on this, you run this. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but,
I know.
Like, one thing I will say is J-Con's that like green to blue running window is way broader.
Yeah.
Than like say my T1 to T3 window or T1 to T1 1 to 2 window. Jeez, I can't speak.
Yeah, no, I'm fully confident. You can tell me. You can tell me.
Yeah.
This is what I'm doing with this
And then-
tire. So, but it's the matter of Joe Schmo walks up to Mike Egelberger, and he's running JC, and you're like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, me and
Yeah.
you can get along like that.
But Colin and I at the last LCRC race, I was following him around because he was like scouting out like what tires and stuff to run, and I was just picking his brain like what to run. And he's like, "Here, let's go over to the sweeper and watch cars." Okay, so we went over to the sweeper, and we were watching just how the tires were folding through the sweeper. And I was like, "Holy shit! Like you can actually like see a difference."
Yeah.
He's like, "That guy's on this. That guy's on this. Those are all right." Like damn. Like just to see how his mind works, just to learn that's awesome. But,
Oh, he's
Yeah, it's awesome to be around those people. They have like a good
Yeah.
eye for it.
yeah. And Colin is Colin's stupid. I'm referring. I forget we're live. Colin, you are stupid smart, and I love watching you be smart. And whether you're talking to me or anyone else, like I feel like just sitting next to you, my IQ goes up. Like it's incredible.
oh, I love picking his brain.
Speaking about tires, I had this conversation with Jason Rona a few years ago, and I hope to get it recorded maybe in a few weeks, or topics similar to this. But we were talking about 10 scale tires and how J Concepts doesn't have anything that's like super soft, what I consider super, super soft. But
Well, they have
Proline
the
has
black
the M4
compound.
compound.
Well, JC is black.
It doesn't compare to Proline M4. And
Black
I don't
does,
know.
yeah.
Black definitely does. It's
Jason
mega
said
soft.
no, but we can get his opinion on it.
Well, I guess he's the one to ask.
Yeah. And they were just saying they're not going to release a compound similar to that because the market has just gone away, so they wouldn't have that many tires to sell. But when the conditions are right for the M4 compound, I really enjoy the Proline M4 stuff.
So, speaking from a short course stance, like my M4 hole shots, when the conditions are eyes, they are great, but they melt. You know?
Yeah.
And
It's
I
crazy
know,
soft.
I know I drive my e-buggy harder than my short course, so I'm gonna heat up the tires more. So I mean, I have reflexes in black, and I have some other different tires in black compound that are brand new because I'm scared to burn them off within the first minute or whatever race. So
It's got to be cold.
Gotta be, like,
I did
super cold.
Proline for a very long time, and I still have a lot of Proline tires like in my garage, but M4 it's a gnarly compound. It's awesome.
Have you guys
works
both
incredibly
ran at Big Dogs, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would say that's an M4
oh
compound track with a little
Oh,
bit of
100%.
sauce.
yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
it's kind of funny. Like I went there 2 years ago, and everyone's like, "Oh no, run this tire from this manufacturer. It's the only thing to get." Okay, so I bought them for all my cars, but I also took all of my M4 Proline stuff with me. I ran their tire that they said to do, sauce it the way you did, prep it, whatever. I thought it sucked. I instantly put on M4s, normal sauce, put it on the track, and it was so much better.
Yep.
There's just something with that rubber.
I want to jump back in the comments because people are talking about tires now. Sam said it's sad Proline has fallen so far, and I agree, Sam, because like right when I started into the hobby like 10 years ago, I mean, Proline like ruled the game around me at least. Proline was like run Proline or don't even bother racing. But Jeffrey said a lot of different tires have the same. Oh, I already read that one, I think. He also said he used more than one smaller brand tire, and they work and do wear better than the bigger name and name manufacturer. Kenny, I gotta get with you sometime. We're in person at the same race together because I'll blow your mind on some things and stuff, and I'll leave it at that.
Literally blow you.
I won't do that. Ken said he used VP Pro tires, and the extra two feel like actual soft or super soft, and long wear soft. The other one's not exactly. I've used VP a couple times. Josh up at WOCRC, he gets some crazy deal on them, and they're pretty good. I mean,
Another comment. I'm glad to see a half hour later, Lauren stopped blowing us up in the group chat and now decided to join us on the live.
Yeah, I muted the group chat because it kept blowing up.
Yeah.
Chucky says 10 scale. JC is the only way to go. And see, Chucky, if this was 10 years ago, back at Kickin' Dirt in Somerset, I would say you're wrong because the tire then was M4 Primes. But for some reason, Proline, the greatest tire they ever made was the M4 Prime. They said, this tire's sweet. Let's never make it again and start making Bald Eagles and S3. So
You can get them in M4 once in a while.
no,
I don't know if they
the
stopped
Bald
it.
Eagles.
Yeah, did they stop making those?
Well, they quit. They discontinued Primes. I know. I don't know about.
Yeah,
I thought you
I have
couldn't get Bald
Primes
Eagles and
upstairs above me right now for a short course truck and
yeah.
stadium truck.
I got like 5 sets of short course truck I've been hoarding. Every time I see them, I
Yeah.
try to get them. But oh my god, comments are blowing up. I'm starting to understand why Kevin gets caught reading the comments and Chris is yelling at him. This is very easy to do.
Yeah, I can't slap you.
Reflexes work. Good for me there. Pit stop, but wear too much. Yeah, I get that. Kenny. We already talked about Lauren. Ken likes Proline and AKA, but they priced me out of my budget. Yeah, that's another thing. Proline and AKA is like $4 a pair more expensive usually than JC.
The wheels are also a couple bucks more
Are they?
too,
Yeah,
aren't they? Yeah.
Lauren
I
didn't
feel
know
like
we were
JC
going
is
live.
kinda for the racers, by the racers in a way. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, they're great. Chucky ran J Concepts 10 years ago, and it was the fastest tire. Huh? Well, sure it was.
Chucky, I didn't realize you're that old.
He's
I
old.
didn't actually,
He's old
but-
enough to be able to identify dinosaurs on the spot. Gavin says Bald Eagle or S3 or Clay only. Which apparently in today's age at these glued like Hoosier at the glued indoor tracks, that's you don't want M4s anyway. So and that seems to like I mean big dogs we'd be on M4s, but other than that, there's no other dirt tracks in our area unless we go to Hoosier. So
Yeah, it's like a J Concepts Aqua, I think, and they just sometimes sand them in a little bit, sometimes don't even sauce them, and
yeah.
that's it, which is sweet. I would like to do some indoor 10 scale racing like that. I've never been to a track like that, so.
I think Sean has a question. Sean said, so what's a
Yeah,
Pro
I was just
Line
reading that.
tire model compound similar to the JC Dirt Bite or Falcon? That's what I run at my local. I don't have an
think
answer
they have
for that.
one that's. I don't think they have one that's actually comparable.
The Falcon is the one
As far
with
as
the
tread.
big pins and the arrows, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's really
And
anyone
the
else.
dirt
that-
bite's the angled one.
Yeah, the Dirt Bite's the finer pin, smaller pin. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think Proline has one.
I know Promotion has a.
It's best to just buy J
Fairfield
Concepts.
Yeah, I don't have a good answer for you, Sean. Apparently I hurt Chucky. He said, "Ouch." Sorry, Chucky.
That was probably me.
I don't know. Kenny said buckshots maybe. I don't think they're similar in the appearance, but I bet buckshots would work in the similar conditions compared to the.
Buckshots would work in a similar condition as the dirt bites for sure.
Okay.
But not the Falcons. The Falcons would be more of a loomy track.
Krista said she agrees. JC is for the racers, by the racers, and the quickest to support LCRC with sick giveaway products. That is another reason why I love JC is LCRC always has them, and Tony at ACS, I'm not wearing the hat, but at, how do I use my fingers to point, at ACS Hobbies, they usually have a good stock of JC tires. I've been trying to help Tony to have a better stock in stock, and also if you catch them, they deliver in like 2 weeks out of an A-Main's shop in North Carolina or something. I'm sure Krista would know, but
Speaking of
ever need
Kristen
something, get
hats, I was going to shout out LCRC's got new hats, new lanyards, and all that stuff.
Yes.
Great job,
Gary,
designing
there's
all
a
that
new
stuff.
hat. I don't know if you saw it.
I didn't check. Maybe they're on the website now. I'm not sure.
well, she said they
I
were
mean-
still in the process of
Okay.
that company
Yeah.
making them and everything. So, I mean,
Yeah.
maybe they are. I
They'll-
don't know.
They'll be there for the Mugen Challenge. We know that.
Okay.
So
Krista, if you're still listening, put one in the back for me somewhere. I want to make sure I get one of them trucker hat deals.
Yeah, great job. They look good.
Okay. Comments are still talking about tires. They're talking amongst themselves. Do we have anything to talk about tires more than this? Because this is going to open a whole can of worms.
I know
One
we're
comment
like
about J
go ahead.
Concepts. Yeah.
What's that?
So the turning point for J Concepts that I remember was, when was I there? Hold on. 2016. 2016 Dirt Nitro Challenge I think is when they came out with their Dirt Bite insert, the gray one.
Okay.
Or the Dirt Tech insert. I think that was like the turning point of J Concepts.
What did they have before that?
I don't know. I never really paid attention to him. I only started to because Paul Ciccarello was running J Concepts then.
Did they have something
So-
else though that was like a very poor foam that people didn't like?
I don't think necessarily that. They just wanted to improve their foam and their rubbers. They were going through a whole rubber change too.
Okay.
So like they came out with a new foam and they changed the rubber, and since then they've been a very dominant force. But
So, Lauren said he didn't get tickets for tonight's gun show. And then Sean said he would love to switch up the topic. And he said, how about we switch it up and talk about tires?
okay.
I don't even
It's
have...
definitely one of the number one most consumables and things that we always stress over at the race.
I always keep... This is Ed Gadola's old tire. It is dated June 28th, 2007. It is a Panther. It's just a Panther. Panther brand, if anyone remembers that. I remember Panther Slicks used to be the thing before Primes came out. But
What's the tread on it? Oh, it's like a switch, I think.
Okay. This is definitely a McCulloch's tire. Oh yeah, it says it right here, clay switch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I have multiple fidgeting items at my podcast desk. Wow, Taylor and Mike are boring me with specifics and adjusting droop and everything.
I just pulled out foams. I got tires now we can talk about. You want wheels?
I have my 18 version of failed 10 scale tire sticks.
Oh, yeah, that's falling apart.
Yeah.
I have prototype swings.
Swing! I don't have any swings up here right. I have the bags the swings go in.
I was going to speak on another topic. Are we looking for one or no?
Yeah.
No, good. Yeah, good.
So we've had a lot of comments about diff decoders and things like that.
Mhm.
Okay.
Um,
Remember the disclaimer. We didn't play the disclaimer. I just realized.
Okay.
Remember, to everyone that has listened to the podcast or watched it in the
Yes.
beginning, we play a disclaimer, and the thing in the disclaimer it says to be cool and don't get offended. Well, apparently people just go la 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 during that part. the comments have been spicy.
And cut. We start over. All right.
yeah. So we all know it doesn't measure CST.
Right. Yeah.
It'd be cool if it did, but it's fine that it doesn't. It gives you a resistance number. What that number is, it's probably just equal to its own machine. But what we want to do is know the number that we're running in our diffs, and if we want it to diff more, diff less, we'll build it accordingly. And whether you're working with a completely clean diff, so I didn't know if I told you guys this or not. Compared to at the track, and then from when I put my diffs in the ultrasonic cleaner with naphtha and all that, and I clean them like super good, there's a 50-point difference, which is quite significant with a fresh diff for the diff decoder reading. And then, which I want to know. Without the diff decoder, you wouldn't know that. So if I want to repeat the same effects with my car, maybe I'll run just a slightly thicker diff fluid of the same brand, and I can measure how thick the diff fluid is and resistance and all that. Do you guys have any comments or anything like that? Because I feel like
No.
people aren't understanding.
Well, like, so we talked about this on and off camera multiple times. Like, you know, we can build a diff with 80,000 flashpoint associated PT, whatever brand fluid we want, and then put it on the diff checker, and it can say 350 or whatever. okay, like that's a number, and then like if we're using like what at last LCRC I wanted to compare Flashpoint 100K to associated 80K in a super light Techno super light short course diff, center diff. So built two of them, fresh diffs, never ran. The Flashpoint 100K read like a 450, and the associated 80K read like a 400. All that's telling me is the Flashpoint 100K is thicker than associated 80K, which was expected. Now, what that 50 difference is, we don't know. And yes, there is variables. How tight are your screws? Do you have the same internals? Or 1 gear, 2 gear, 3 gear, 4 gear, yada, yada, yada. Well, these were 4 gear, stock internals. I assume they were screwed together the same amount. I mean, yes, that is a variable we don't know about. But until we do enough research and testing, and we really need a way to test CST so we can sit there. And I'm sure if I sat here for 3 days straight, pissing in fucking milk jug bottles with a pen and paper, and had diffs and the CST checker and the diff decoder, I could make up a chart that tells you this number at this temperature on the diff decoder means this CST or whatever, using the same identical diff. So
The reply to Mugen Sean, all of the above, and I'm documenting it. If it's used, if it's fresh, if it's like after a completely rebuilt diff that was cleaned out very well, because just like I said, if I wipe it out with towels compared to using an ultrasonic cleaner, there's an average of about 50 points of less resistance in the diff decoder. So I'm documenting that in every way possible. And every time I build a diff now, I'm using the diff decoder to know what the number is.
yeah, and Sean, I don't know how long you've been listening to us, but Taylor and I are pretty big into the drag racing things, or at once were, and Mike's pretty technical with what he does. So when we do these A to B tests, we try to make sure they are as A to B as possible. With whether we're testing tires on the track or fluid in our shocks or diffs or whatever, we try to make sure it's same temperature, same conditions, same altitude, whole nine. We should do the best we can at that, at least.
Yeah, but I mean, in a perfect world, you want to have, 10 different oils from all the different manufacturers sitting in front of you, and you sit there all in one day, do it. This way it reduces variables.
Oh,
right?
yeah,
So-
that's exactly what you want to do. But I don't have the time for
But
that.
no, nobody does.
You know?
And to have a CST checker, I'm pretty sure those are really expensive, so I'm never going to buy one of those. But unless I'm a
Yeah.
distributor for oils, I'm never going to own one.
Yeah, ask as many questions as you want, Mugen Sean.
Yeah,
what
we
we're here
love the questions. Yeah, we love hearing everyone's opinion on our answers or coming up with new questions. I mean, knowledge is power.
And also, of course, there's going to be differences for manufacturers of diffs. Associated's got LTC and HTC, so even if you use the same fluid, built it the same way, same volume of fluid, you're going to get a different number reading. And then
That's-
Kyosho, I think, has a couple different gear sets as well. But mostly for me, I'm documenting the most of the Mugen diffs.
Yeah, it's for me. All of this information from the decoder is more so if I'm at the track, and because I mainly have currently right now like PT and JT oils. If I have 7,000 in my diff and I run out of fluid, what brand can I go to get close? You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be perfect, but if I can get in the ballpark of where I was, I'm happy.
Yeah.
But then we also have to find out like what does that 50 points actually mean? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, is 50 significant or is 100 significant? We don't know yet. I mean, Taylor, you just got the damn thing.
Yeah.
So,
I would
we're-
say
we're
it
still
seems to
getting
be
that point,
significant when I'd have to pull out my chart right now, but when you have like 20,000 or so is like a 420 number. And
Nice.
then yeah, I mean roughly. And then I'm trying to think what's like 15 might be like a 375 or something like that. So
And it all
But
depends
50
what
is
diff
a
it goes
50
into.
point
too.
difference from completely thoroughly clean to
Yeah, well, right now we're just talking Mugen diff.
Oh,
right
okay.
now.
okay, yeah. Sorry.
Because Taylor's testing it, obviously.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
his diff, it doesn't matter as long as it's in the same diff. It doesn't matter.
Right. I
It's still going to relate to you.
I have one complaint, and then I want to move on from this topic.
I got like 5 complaints, but go ahead.
My one complaint with your diff decoder is I wish it had a battery in it, because that is
Yes,
the really
absolutely.
annoying thing. Is how you have to
But-
leave it plugged in.
But here's why it doesn't. As the battery voltage would decrease, it may give you a different reading of the number.
Yep.
So the reason why it isn't battery
Torque.
powered is because
And
it
my
wants a
argument-
constant voltage.
My argument is your Fluke and your top of the line multimeters are battery operated. That's an even more exact number of 10
But it's
different
not. But it's not a moving part.
Yeah,
though.
it's not operating
generating
torque.
torque against
Well,
something
just-
mechanical.
Well,
measuring
but
it
you
You know what I mean?
but you can test like pulse width modulation and everything with a multimeter, like the proper multimeters. So they're testing moving current per se.
It's not an actual motor that it's powering.
What I'm saying is, I believe we have the technology in today's age that it can be battery powered with the proper reading. I get it. I get what you're saying.
I also believe we have the technology in today's age where I could live to be about 300 years old.
Well, according to Ricky Bobby, you do. If you have that high level of income in today's modern science, wake up and piss excellence. Okay, since we're still on the Sam, I'm trying to get back to your topic, I promise. But while we're still on it, Dan
I see
asked
that
a good
part too.
question. Dan said, "Do you guys break in the diffs on the workbench before you install the buggy?" Dan, I want you to
Yes.
define breaking in. I want you to define what you say breaking in is.
So I don't break them in on the bench, but I'll break them in my driveway. Like a freshly built car, like I'll do like a whole bunch of figure eights and stuff like that.
I go,
See, I don't
"Yeet,
do
yeet, yeet,
that.
yeet," and then I go to the track.
Yeah, no, there's a couple things that I do when I'm building them, which I don't necessarily want to get into all right now. But plans in the future are to the left of me is my work area, and I planned on setting up my camera like when I'm doing builds, and actually do a series of building a car and everything that I do when I build a brand new car, and like share it with everybody.
That'd be cool.
Secrets.
Yeah. So all the
but-
pre-break-in stuff that I do to the drive line, all that stuff.
And Dan, we're only
But-
talking gear diffs. I mean, I don't mess with ball diffs. I know
No,
there is a
I
break-in
don't
process there, and I've never went down that rabbit hole. I don't know if that's
I
what
have
he's
one and I
referring
hate
to.
it.
And you have to break it up all diff.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to. That's all I know.
Yeah.
I've sat there and had people explain it to me, but I don't think I've ever ran a ball diff. I've always ran a gear. Especially in
Yeah.
our area, you have no reason to run a ball diff because we're either running carpet or A scale. So
We run clay up here, big dog,
Oh,
and then
well,
making tracks.
yeah.
Ball
Well,
diffs
big
for that.
dogs, I'm running my A scale and my short course. I'm not running buggies. And even at
Mhm.
making tracks, I'd probably run a gear diff.
Yeah, you'd do much better with the ball.
I don't know. Like, I feel like if you just know a gear diff, it's to me, and this is a whole nother topic, and I'm not getting into this topic because I want to go back to what Sam said, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying, maybe it's because I'm ignorant and don't have enough experience with ball diffs, but I feel like you can get to the same final product with either diff, and I'm leaving it at that.
Okay.
Let the keyboard warriors do their thing from there. Now, I gotta
I
scroll.
want to say something.
Okay, back to Sam's comment. Sam said, he said this like an hour ago. It's 10 minutes. Sam said, here's a topic. Do you think the new Hong Nor car can make a decent dent in the market with the X5B and with A-Main as the possible distributor? Now, honestly, myself, Sam, I haven't checked out the car. I know of its existence. I listened to the Lefty and everyone. I know of its existence. I haven't done enough to check it out. Now, with that ignorance said, in today's market, today's social media presence and all that, they need a solid top tier team driver if they want to go far. Someone at your local track always have one, but if they want to start making good sales, you need a solid top 25 team driver at the big races, putting in the work, in my opinion. Now, also, the market's already so, Lefty always says, it's so fat. There's so many different Mugen, TLR, Techno, X-Ray, S-Works, Associated, Kyosho, Mayako, Sparko. That's 9 names right now that are established top level brands. And I'm probably forgetting some. Hot Bodies, that's 10. 10 established top level names. So to get to that point, I'm not saying they can't. It might take a little bit. It might take a top tier driver to help with that. Like I googled it when I saw your comment, Sam. I googled it to gain 30 seconds worth of information. It looks like a fine car. I don't know, but if we started a slowest fast 8 scale, it's not going to pop out very quick.
Novosa
to kind of
scale on the way too.
Yeah, Possession 1 has a car coming out.
Yep.
I mean, to kind of feed off like what you said. I mean, in all honesty, do I see it really doing anything? No. I mean, to be blatantly honest, I mean, you look at other. Well, I mean, we're calling them big names because we know about them now. But like, say, Sparko and Mayako, for example, right? They're proven successful cars, but other names have just been there for so long that it's so hard to take over that market share. You know what I'm saying?
What's one of the
So, like,
reasons that we tell a new person to stick to a particular brand? It's because there's support in the area or the hobby shops local to the racetrack you're going to be at have parts already for that. Like, obviously, if you go to LCRC, running a Mugen is pretty.
Yeah, you should definitely. If you're only running LC, you should look at a new car.
Yeah, because the hobby shop stacks it. So
Yeah,
if you're in this new Habayo, Hobo, whatever brand it is,
North,
what shop
something like that.
carries that? You know,
None of them.
so it's nice just to stick to brands that are kind of established. Nothing wrong with the brand, but it being saturated, it's hard on the hobby shop probably.
Yeah,
I'd rather get a perspective from a hobby shop owner that also owns a racetrack too. In that opinion.
Krista, hint, hint. Apparently,
I think Kevin.
well,
It's Kevin.
they're both there. Apparently, because apparently Kevin's talking shit to me.
Yeah,
He's telling the truth. He's telling the truth.
This is going to be one of those conversations we have after a few one mores, Kevin. And Lauren needs to be there, so this might have to wait till the cancer race because Lauren's a little
So we
bit
can
smarter
talk
than
to you about how a mechanical device works and how a multimeter works.
it's hand in hand. Injectors.
You're gonna bring up
ECMs.
that conversation. You're gonna bring up that conversation to Kevin. He's gonna roll his eyes, take a drink of his drink, and just go, "Alex, shut up,"
Probably.
and then
Yeah,
just
it's
leave it at that.
Not be a long story short conversation for sure.
Get into it later.
Yes.
Okay. So let's roll back. Let's see how far I need to go in comments. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, Sam says it is quite saturated. Think getting even larger foothold than Serpent may be difficult. Yeah, that's another one. Serpent. And Lauren
But, I
pointed
mean,
out
Serpent-
at Gama, there's WIRC.
Is Serpent still alive or no?
Yeah,
Overseas, very live. On the on-road scene, especially.
Yeah, Serpent's always been live in the on-road scene. Like Billy Easton at the time did the whole 8 scale off-road thing, and they had, you know, with Chicky's help, especially in our region, Serpent really did start to like take over.
Mhm.
But you know, it just things advanced, people move on, and you know, but kind of like once Paul left, Serpent kind of died in the area.
So,
Somebody in one of the Facebook pages just posted a car. I'm like, man, what is this thing? Because the lower arms had the top carbon fiber inlays like a Mugen, but it was a C-Hub car. And I'm staring at it for a while. I'm like, what the hell is this thing? It was a Serpent.
Okay, yeah.
So, Dan says he uses two drills going in different directions on slow speed for gear diffs. That's a fine idea, Dan, but I mean, personally, I think that's a little unnecessary. Like, I feel like if you just twist it with your hands, pre-lube it, I guess that might be what you're doing. But I don't know, and that might have something to it. I don't know.
I mean, in my opinion, the 5 or 10 minutes that you're gonna have that on the drill on the desk like that, I'd rather just put it on the track for 5 minutes and get 4 times the amount of force through the diff. You know what I mean?
Say,
So I
But
put
that's just
like
me.
a thinner, like a 3K fluid in mine. I start running it for a break in. Of course, for nitro and stuff, it works out pretty good. And then by the time I take it out to change the fluid, you get all that like the coating and stuff off the gears on internally and that super black
yeah.
crap.
Sam said even Affinity is breaking into the market. And yes, I mean, so that gives us 13 total US brands that within the past calendar year have had top 25 drivers in the top 25 list running those brands. So we have 13 solid brands. I'm still not saying any manufacturer that wants to break into the market can't. But it's going to be tough. Yeah, Sam says he agree. The driver will be pivotal in a sharp uptick in sales. Yes. Chris has said that was definitely Kevin's previous comment. The feed went a little wacky for a minute, and I couldn't hear the hobby shop questions. What were the hobby shop questions we were talking? That was back to.
I was just asking for the perspective would be appreciated from a hobby shop owner to support like a new upcoming brand and all that. If it's worth taking something on, just their perspective and their ideas about that.
So even beyond that, Chris, I do want to hear the answer to Taylor's statement / question. But while we're waiting for the delay and everything to happen, ACS, for example, our sponsor, Tony and Colleen. I have this conversation with them all the time. They don't have a track or anything. They are just the local hobby shop, Monroeville, Pennsylvania, right behind Monroeville Mall. Stop by and see them if you can. They struggle with their racing side of parts and everything because pretty much all the racers in the area that at least go there are usually sponsored. So they just have parts on the wall that slowly become outdated. And this is of the top brands. This is Techno, TLR, Associated, the ones in our area. Don't even get me started on trying to stock Mugen and Kyosho parts in our area, because in our area, there's only one guy that runs Mugen. So, good luck with that. I don't think there's only one guy that runs Kyosho. And then we can go back on the whole thing of how every X-Ray driver in our area is sponsored.
Name off at least 3 that showed up to WOCRC.
That's
not including me.
Well, that's different because Tony's is another hour and 20 minutes in the opposite direction of where you guys came from. I agree. Showing up to WO, we had like 4 or 5 Mugen drivers, which is awesome.
It was quite strong. Yeah.
But these aren't people that are going to show up in Monroeville and go buy Mugen parts at Tony's. They're going to go to LCRC, where Mugen is extremely stocked and very popular.
Well, not only that, you have like a resource like Kevin
at
LCRC that knows Mugen for the last 15-20 years.
Exactly.
So
but
it's the only
which kind of brings up another point. It's nice to have somebody that's specific in a brand like that.
It's fantastic. But
because I feel like if you dabble, like try to be the best of like a couple companies, you're gonna kind of drop the ball a little bit.
No, and that's why when I wanted to get into the 10 scale game with the Mugen MBS1 or MSB1, I'm sorry I forget what it's called, but I just ordered it. Well, I ordered it through Tony because he could get it and he's my guy. But then all my Flashpoint parts for it and the sway bars and everything, I got through LCRC. And I chatted a little bit and then I gave up because I'm a nerd and I hate 2-wheel drive buggy on carpet, and that's my fault. That's no one else's fault. Not the car's fault. That's not support's fault. Anyways, what I was trying to say was it's hard for local hobby shops, especially if they don't have a racetrack, to keep up-to-date parts of all the brands, let alone new brands jumping in now. So Krista did jump in,
and you have let's say while you read that, there's a lot of even big name brands that are very popular that update their cars way too often.
Hint, X-Ray.
So you run into, and then they come out with a new car, or even 2 generations ago, or newer, and then next thing you know, they're running 3 generation old parts. It's like What the heck,
You know,
man?
like Krista said, it's I'm gonna read for the, because I assume we'll put this on the rest of the networks. Krista said, nope. It's super hard to fully support a new car brand. We generally try to follow where the majority of racers run. Outdated parts are a huge point of business loss. And yes, I agree on that because it ends up just being a slow eBay sale where you're just hoping someone tries to buy it. Then she added on, she said, I agree. We use Toby to help us know what to order for Kyosho because Toby is a K-car guy. And then Vin, she's referring to Vin Manchanda, gives us a list of AE parts. Having an ambassador that is obsessed with the brand is essential. And LCRC is very good at doing this. I know they have Toby and Vin that are hardcore LCRC drivers and racers and yada 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 that run other brands. I think they use Red, right, for Techno. I think we talked about that. Red was helping them with a big Techno order. And then they got me and Mike now on the Techno side, and I mean, obviously Mugen's covered. And I know they were trying to get X-ray parts, have some X-ray parts in, but then it's the whole dilemma of you update them every year. X-ray parts are pretty expensive, so it's how's that working on a business standpoint? Do you have a profit margin in stocking these parts compared to just not worrying about it? But I don't run that business. So
Wrap that up into like one big present, though. How sick is it? We have a local hobby shop that has something of everything.
Oh,
of
they
all
really
these
do.
brands.
They really do.
100%. And their walls are 20 feet tall, full of stuff.
Yeah.
I have to get the ladder all the time.
You're walking in there like,
dude, I
oh,
put
there's-
Davey on my shoulders to
Yeah.
grab a body. Come here, Davey. Ah,
Yeah.
but the top one.
That's not OSHA approved.
Chris also hates two-wheel buggy on carpet. Ken Jeffries loves two-wheel buggy on carpet. And
We have a fight in the comments.
Ken's glad to see that LCRC has more Techno 8 scale parts now. And Chris still hates two-wheel buggy on carpet, but loves 13.5 short course. I'm gonna make Chris eat his words this winter. I can't wait to dust his ass with my Pro Star.
I hear a
kit.
bet.
Oh, there's no bet. It's done. It's sold.
I can't wait to watch you two race.
Yeah,
It's gonna be
I'm
fun.
building this Pro Star kit. It's gonna be a not this two-wheel drive buggy shit, not the 4-gear lay-down transmission. I'm gonna have a drive shaft off my center diff going to the rear end of my 2-drive short course, and I'm gonna dust his ass.
I would like to see you guys set like a series for you guys, races you can both attend. And the loser, say you, Alex, because this won't work for Chris, you have to like shave your head and your mustache.
No,
And Chris, I don't know.
mustache is not touchable. Head,
Okay.
sure.
All right.
Or we just keep going with the $20 bets on the fridge and the woodshed.
Looks good. What's up, Ian? I see you.
That works.
Yeah, so
User signs the 20.
Chris said, I have no idea. You have no idea, son. So, for
I don't think you understand how good Chris is at two-wheel short course on carpet.
you haven't seen me. I used to bust them up at kicking dirt and two-wheel short course.
I mean, that was years ago, man.
And today's the future.
Times have changed.
And Schultze knows how to set
Alex.
droop.
Yeah, Alex has a mustache now.
Where do you guys run 10 scale at during the winter in PA? Like, where are the places to go? Shane, I see your comment. I'll get to that in a second. So Nick asked, where do we run 10 scale at? For me and Mike, we're on the Pittsburgh side of Pennsylvania. So we run, pretty much the only place to run for us is TR Speedway. That's our local track in Robinson, and then there's Beaver, 10 scale carpet. I didn't make it this time, but a few of us like to go down to Mimi's down in Gaithersburg, Maryland. I really want to make it this winter.
And the track in West Virginia, what's it called?
Eds
Adrenaline?
Eds RC.
Eds
Yep.
is also.
Eds was awesome. Chris and I went down there for a race. It was a really nice place.
But I found myself, thanks to Sean Duffy, I can't wait to do it again, Sean. I hope we do. I found myself going east a lot, so I was at I ran stock slash, but I hope to have something competitive I can run. I ran what we do, Trains and Lanes,
4-1.
Richfield, the factory.
what's the 4-1 something? 412, 417,
412.
or
Yeah,
12?
they're outdoor.
Okay.
Yeah, well, they're outdoor 8 scale, indoor mini Z.
Yeah.
They just made a mini
Oh.
Z Trek.
He said, Dan said y'all need to come to Rush, New York, and run 10 scale and high bike clay in the winter. Ooh,
Who said that?
Dan Drexler said that. Is that
No, that's where I go.
is that
I go to
Maggot
Making
Track?
Tracks.
I really got to make
Yeah.
a trip up there. I would love to throw some slicks on and run clay. I'd feel like old times.
So Nick, trains and lanes would be closer to you, and also Tom's got an indoor carpet track as well. He's in New Jersey.
Nick said he's coming.
What's the
from
name of Tom's
Long
place?
Island. That's Rhythm.
Rhythm, that's it. Yeah, Rhythm. Rhythm RC.
Mike, can you pull up your AnyDesk?
Yeah.
I gotta take a tinkle, and I don't think I'll be back before the commercial's over. But
Do you want us to keep it going?
yeah. But no, I'm pretty stoked for indoor season. Like this might be the first time since I was just a wee child I was stoked for indoor season, because I'm gonna.
I am not.
Well, okay, let Taylor on his own. I'm gonna get a carpet
Yeah.
car, a mod touring car. I'm gonna try to make that be a thing, and if it's not, I'm gonna just run 13.5. I'm gonna build the short course. It's on the bottom of my row, right there, the Pro Star kit. I got all the stuff to make it a 2-wheel drive. Like Lauren said, Lauren and I are gonna hit up Adrenaline at least once a month to go get our A scale fix. Dude, I'm so
Open the
stoked.
application.
Open the application. Open the
Yeah, but say
application.
you're offline.
I am offline. Okay, so things are gonna get weird on the stream here real quick. Doing things and stuff. AnyDesk. Oh, I gotta Google that. Whoopsies. Sorry, chat. Oh shit. Oh, okay. It's still. I thought I ended the whole stream. I accidentally hit X. I thought I hit X instead of
Oh.
minimize. Oh. Anyway, Taylor, talk about something.
Okay, so one of the things I have written down is our Pit Guy Challenge.
The LCRC pit challenge?
Yeah, because we got to set some rules and stuff like that up for that.
Yes.
I'm trying to read.
More so than what Kevin touched on, because he didn't touch on much.
I don't know what
Because they weren't
TC is.
rules, they were guidelines. Touring car.
Yeah. Oh, touring car. It doesn't matter how many people you have. I don't care if you got 4 people or 1. 4 would just slow you down and be ridiculous. So it's unlimited amount of people. 1 or many. Then it doesn't matter if it's like a fuel bottle, fuel stick, or fuel gun. And a car will enter across the loop, normal way, right to left, and you'll have to fuel it. Then it exits the loop. We want to have everyone come up with a car empty and then be able to put a splash of fuel in it. We can measure the fuel. It'll be on every fuel bottle, fuel stick.
I was gonna say,
And,
by splash of fuel, like, is there gonna be a minimum CC requirement that needs to be entered into the tank?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like he becomes
Yeah.
like, oop,
Yep.
I splashed it.
Yeah.
You know. Okay.
So that way, the amount of fuel volume going in is should be equal. And after you put fuel into the car, we can easily make sure it's full. You know what I mean? What other suggestions and stuff like that do you have, Mike?
I like having a minimum requirement of fuel that has to go in. You know, like
Mhm.
100 cc's, like minimum or so. So like the car comes into pit lane with, you know, not running on fumes per se, but you know, just a layer of fuel in the bottom. But I mean, I'd say outside of that, it's it's pretty straightforward. Like you
Yeah.
catch it, you fuel it, you throw it down, you drive it out.
Yeah.
You know.
And we'll go with to touch on Rob Samoji's idea. It doesn't have to touch the railing. I think it should be picked up, but like a normal stop.
Yeah. I mean,
'Cause
put it this way:
I don't wanna see it.
in a race. Are you going to leave it on pit lane and fuel it? No,
No.
you're not.
So
You're going to pick it up. The driver's going
Mhm.
to keep the car running, and you're going to fuel it.
yeah.
You know what I mean? You're going to keep the RPMs up because if it's at idle and you slam the fuel tank closed, you have the possibility of flooding the engine. So, like, if the car dies in the fuel stop, it's that you're done.
Mhm.
You know?
Ooh, controversy. Krista said it has to
What?
touch the rail. I disagree.
Yeah, that's
I
totally
didn't even
fine.
see
I
that
agree
comment.
with that.
I don't.
Is
Personally.
that Krista or Kevin?
Well,
That-
it's
Well, it's
Krista's
Krista
account.
commenting, so we're assuming it's yeah. So start with 20 cc and finish with fuel, minimum 122. Okay, so yeah, like that's exactly what I'm thinking.
I was thinking
you have to
just
have a minimum go in.
I was thinking all four wheels have to come off pit lane.
Yes, that's what I agree with. I was going to allow
you
if somebody
pick it
could
up,
one-hand it.
Fuel it. Boop.
Yeah.
So I mean, one-handing it. Yeah, I mean, even still, you can still one-hand it. You pick it up, set it down on the rail. You're fueling it. You're opening it still with your left hand, fueling it, dropping it. Yeah,
What I mean
you
with
just
one
have-
hand is grab it in the air, fuel it,
Yeah,
and throw it without even touching the rail.
yeah, I get it. Yeah,
For the people that are bold enough to try that.
Like Taylor.
and you got some big hands.
Yeah.
Big meaty claws.
I'm minimizing your screen, Alex.
Oh, the AnyDesk.
Your AnyDesk.
You can.
I'm still in it. Yeah, I'm still in your computer, but I'm minimized.
You have to guarantee that the car has been lifted high enough for another car to pass under it. Ooh.
I like that.
This
We'll have to touch on that.
This introduces the
little
gray
bit.
areas. That's the thing. Well, I agree because
It-
in theory,
It's no gray area if you just say you have to pick it up, and put it on the rail.
well,
then
yeah,
done.
no, and
Yeah,
like
then
yeah.
it's done.
No, Krista,
There is no gray area of he didn't hold it high
Yeah.
enough and a car.
Krista,
it
I
was dipping
completely
down, so a
understand.
car would.
I completely understand where you're coming from on both sides because, like Kevin said in Hump Day, we want it. That's why 1 or 2 doesn't matter. We're doing a real race scenario, so therefore the car has to be lifted high enough for a car to go under it, because that's normal. So yeah,
I do like the rule,
It was
though.
7
Touches
inches,
the
not
rail.
8 inches, so it might have to be a touch the rail thing because there's no gray area with that, like Mike said.
Nope. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
out of pit lane. It's out of the way of passing by traffic.
Mike Malone's in here. What's up?
Hey, Mike. You got some other hotcakes and stuff, Alex?
Oh, Krista said 2-person max. By the way, Taylor.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
you're
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it's if you try to get more than 2, it's like
Oh yeah, it's like you grab the bumper, you grab the wing, you get the gun, you open it up,
you change the tire.
and Chris is gonna yell go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's just
I felt like
unnecessary.
that's just self-explanatory. Like, I wasn't gonna put a limit on it, but if you're dumb enough to try 4,
That's a whole nother class.
Whatever.
Right.
Mandatory 8-man minimum team pit guy
Yeah.
challenge.
Shit.
Everyone has to have a hand on
Everyone
the
has
car.
to touch the car. Yeah, you have to slide it down the rail. Each person does something else.
yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
He changes a wheel. You change a wheel. Yeah.
other hot
be funny.
things. 2-person max. Don't touch the third rail, Chris said. I don't know what the third rail is. I don't know if that's an innuendo or what. And Chris said there's no need. It's too many bodies. Oh, Mike, I do agree. A quick release for a tire change on a scale. I feel like they did that before. That's like years ago. I think so.
Somebody
Oh,
had a
there
hub.
was definitely quick release hubs. I've seen that
Yeah.
before.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
a standard in ace scale pan car.
I think it was,
They're on my 90s ace
that
scale
got
pan car.
brought
on the
up
shelf.
at the last
I was gonna say. I
World.
was gonna say. I think it was on road that I saw it.
Yeah.
On road cars. Yeah.
But when they were talking about doing tire changes, that got brought up at the last Worlds there.
Colin says F1 style pit stops. Yeah, dude. You have
A-scale nitro paint
4
car.
people on wheels.
Look at. Done.
Yeah, you know what they need to do for electric?
Done.
And I'm kind of surprised no one's done it yet, is a quick change battery. For
They
8
have.
scale.
They have. Some
I
people have
think-
tried it or done.
I believe
iterations.
Alan Placer had a kit or something like that on one time.
Because how awesome would it be to have, like a 15-minute electric main?
Well, hey,
You know what I mean?
let me plug this.
I think some of us could make it 15 minutes with
Sean,
those organic.
Sean Duffy and I are cooking up. We keep going back and forth with this idea. There's no date, there's no schedule, there's no location planned or anything like that. But we have been pretty consistently working towards an idea of having an electric versus nitro challenge, where it's exactly what it is. We have a qualifier of electric, we have a qualifier of nitro, and then we have like a 20-minute main or whatever to truly try to gauge what's better. But, things and stuff need to happen. Now, I know Sean did do a lot of testing earlier this season at Pit Stop. He said he ran 3 packs back to back, and his motor temp, never got over 190 or something. Ran 3 full charge packs, full tilt for basically 30 minutes. That's what I was worried about. I was worried about motor temp getting crazy, but he didn't have any problems. Just had to change the battery.
There's a lot of external factors in that, like the ambient temperature you're starting in,
Yeah.
And
it
the
was
size
like
of the
80
track,
something. It was like a pretty
car
average
itself,
size.
how hard you're really
Yeah,
driving
there
it.
are. But point being, if he didn't get to like 220, then he's fine. Then I'm confident it will be fine. Because then we're running with the same factors that you could with nitro, with having a bad tune, flaming out, yada yada yada.
Back to the conversation we had before of if you ruin your car at the track, it's not the track's fault.
Oh yeah.
So I feel like somebody out there, even if you change your batteries, do whatever, your equipment's not satisfactory to run a 20-minute with a battery change. And even if Sean's doing the testing, so what if somebody can't make it? It's not the track's fault.
Well, and there again, like we were at the Super Cup and the Nitros, a lot of guys tried pushing whole 10 minutes without pitting in the Super Cup round. Some people did. Taylor, Toby.
Toby didn't make it, so don't put him in my group of winners.
Toby flamed out in the paperclip. That's right.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, it's the same difference. If you dump or overheat, it's no different. Like, it's not the same variables, electric to nitro, but it's the same amount. Whether you overheat, you dump, or you flame out, or your tune's wrong, or whatever.
I'm with Mike Malone on that. For electric, you'd have subpar equipment. It just kind of weeds out the people that set their stuff up the right way
No,
and
and
have
that-
nice stuff.
It's the same way at nitro races. Like,
Mhm.
the people that have issues beyond flaming out, 9 times out of 10, they aren't doing the maintenance or had subpar equipment. If it's a consistent thing every race day, Oh, Landon's in here, young Landon. Landon, when are you and Cody coming out to LCRC?
And 9 times out of 10 in electric, when you're getting bad run times, it's because your connectors are old.
Or you're not cleaning them?
Bearings are going bad in both the motor, the drivetrain, things like that. I mean, I feel like that's
Generate
part of
too
the reason
much
why I could get 10
resistance.
minutes out of my car is
Yeah.
I maintenance the hell out of it. Fresh bearing.
I mean, we can all
motor.
get 10 minutes out of an e-car. Because
Oh, yeah.
our mains are 10 minutes,
Yeah.
right?
I know
And,
I
like-
can get 12 or 13 out of mine on full tilt. Pretty much any track.
Yeah, I mean, even in Truggy with a 7200, I can get 14, probably 13 or 14 minutes running, going.
Matt
It's
Krieger
just you're
just commented
pushing it.
that his son runs 8,000 in the truck. So I feel like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I run a 6 or a 65 in my e-buggy too, Matt. So
Like, at 15 minutes with a 65 and an 8000, you'd be really close to dumping. You'd be feeling flat if not dumping. 15 minutes is a long time for one battery.
And also, how do you want to strategize it? Do you want to go for broke, or do you want to, run pretty
Colin, I
easy?
got you.
this is the side thing with electric too is depending
Yeah.
on how you're what brand you're running for electronics and everything. You might dump, but your dump can still limp you back to pit lane. You know, compared to nitro, you flame out, you flamed out. You can't restart.
Yeah, but that's sketchy.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
if you dump, and it
because
goes into limp
Hobbywing-
mode,
Yeah, but a Hobbywing's not gonna dump. Hobbywing's gonna blow up.
subpar equipment. To me, Hobby
I've
Wing
never
because
had
people
subpar
turn their
equipment.
voltage. Because people turn their voltage cutoff off on Hobbywings. But Colin, I got you. I'll be your pit man.
Hey, Chuck, we'll see you in a few weeks.
Lots of good conversation in the
But-
comments.
Definitely be fun though. I would definitely be down to do it. It'd be so much fun.
No, after Sean
could be
did
like-
his testing and he proved to me that the E cars can stay cool, I was like, holy fuck, this might be a thing.
Colin just brought
Hey.
up a great point. You guys read that?
I was already thinking that to where
I wasn't
if
even
that
thinking it.
race, yeah, if that race were to happen, I would be modifying my wiring just for that race. Like I'd
Yep.
be putting connectors on my car
Yeah.
instead of bullets.
Or
So
make it to
I
where your
have-
bullets can't reach the other side.
I mean, yeah, it doesn't matter though. You're still rushing, right?
I feel
no
like a
matter which way
connector
you
would be
look at
faster
it.
than bullets because bullets you would have to
Oh,
do
100%,
1 and
yeah.
2.
And
Connector is
sometimes,
just
if
one.
your bullets are good and they're a pain in the ass to get out, now that's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I would pre-wire my batteries. You know, they're going to be 5 mil bullet batteries or whatever, but I'd pre-wire them with XT60s on them or 90s or whatever, and then put the same connector on my e-buggy just to take that completely out of the equation.
I want to respond to Mike's comment real quick because I got ahead of myself. Matt, I said Mike, I meant Matt. Matt, I have no problem with Hobbywing. I ran Hobbywing. I didn't run Hobbywing. I bought a Hobbywing ESC and ran it, and I had issues with it. This was back when I was 15, and then I saved enough for a Tekin, and I've been running Tekin ever since. I do have a military discount with Tekin, so it is cheaper for me to run Tekin than Hobbywing and all that. I really love my Tekin equipment. Mike helps me out a lot with that. He knows a good bit. I have nothing wrong with Hobbywing. Hobbywing has been very good. I know a ton of people run them with no issues. Just, I don't run Hobbywing.
I run Hobbywing. I've run everything.
Traxxas connectors.
I like Hobbywing.
Shane,
Um,
dude, you're damn straight. I'll be using Traxxas connectors.
And to comment on Mike Malone's comment, QS8s, we used to use those for drag racing for the amp draw because they would handle that. XT90 would be kind of like pushing it on the edge, but QS8s, they suck to separate. They're like really hard. So if you were in a hurry, I would never use a QS8.
Back to Mike Malone's comment too. He said, "Don't crash with Tekin." Two things. One, you need to keep up with replacing your case because Mike introduced me to this. On the RX8s, the case has a little bit of foam inside the case that protects the board and the capacitors and everything, and you need to replace that foam because it wears out. So you need to replace your cases at least yearly. Now, I have been good at that over the past 1.5 to 2 years, and I flat landed or whatever. What my ESC, the case broke, and the bottom of the case stayed glued. This is at LCRC. The bottom of the case stayed glued. They taped down to the chassis, but the rest of it went bouncing around. At some point, it shorted out somewhere. So, the worst thing about Tekin RX8 ESCs are the case. There's the foam, as Mike's showing. I will say the cases aren't very durable, but I still prefer them myself. I'm not going to sit here and say they're the best or anything like that because I have no affiliation and I have nothing to prove that other than opinion.
To
But
answer Nick, the Hobbywings do have reverse polarity, and Shane here in the comments can also verify that it is accurate.
that's another thing cool about the Hobbywings is they have that. The Tekins generally don't. Now, but Lauren, going into Rama, we got him an RX4. He ran that in his e-buggy. He plugged it in backwards, and then it was fine.
Mhm.
Instantly noticed it, took it out, and it was fine. Now, I've also plugged RX8s in backwards. There used to be like on the old Tekin RSs back in the day, we used to solder a capacitor jumping from the positive to the negative as a protection, and the cap would blow and then you'd be fine. But it does seem the Hobby Wing is a little more user friendly in a sense from what I see, but I still
Answer
prefer
Mike
Tekken.
too. Oh, go ahead.
No, that's it.
I was just gonna say they're not waterproof, but there's a level of water resistance
Yeah.
to them, so they can handle some splashes of water and stuff. So
That's the same thing the Ark's for. I mean, it's
Mm.
meant for bashers.
Yeah, the
And I
RX
think
Force, yeah.
I think the Ark's for comes with dielectric grease too to fill like the sensor port and stuff like that.
Yeah.
With dielectric grease.
Yeah, I'm not trying to talk smack on any company. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry if I did. Hobby Wing is very good. Tekin's very good. I'm just a Tekin guy. Hobby Wing's just
yeah, I
as
don't
good.
think it's anything negative.
Nope. They're both
I'm here to
great.
support Hobby Wing.
Yeah.
I got the programmer in my box. If you guys ever need help, I mean, a lot of people come up to me looking for programming stuff. I got a Reedy programmer, but if you want the most Reedy support, I'd probably send you to Vin Manchanda at the track. He's a Reedy guy. But I have both the Reedy programmer and the Hobby Wing Bluetooth programmer at the track.
Same with me for Tekin. I always have my Tekin
Mhm.
programmer with me. If you ever need it, I'll just send you to Mike, because Mike is my Tekin programmer. So if you ever need Tekin help, I will tell you where Mike pits and where he sleeps and how he cuddles my dog at night.
Hey, me and the dog are best friends, right?
Wish Mike uses a waterproof servo too. Now, see, in my racing side, I don't ever look for waterproof or water resistant on the description. I don't think that's a bad idea, because there are times at races, as we've all experienced, Mike, I know you were there, where it might start sprinkling during your race. Now, I'm confident enough in the body and how the servo or whatever is sealed to begin with, where that little bit of moisture isn't going to affect me. And I also have enough discipline to where if it's a torrential downpour or a mud hole, I'm just going to pull. But then I also have that I don't give a crap factor, where I might just do it anyway, you know. But
I'll say that a lot of them are kind of waterproof or water resistant, and they have a rating to them because there's only a couple manufacturers of servos. So when they're trying to manufacture them for a broad range of use, sometimes the cases are all waterproof the same way, but they have different specs.
Let's bring back the old days where you dip your servos in plastic dip.
my first crawler, I was 15. I got a SEX10, the original, the Deadbolt, for Christmas. And I dipped the ESC, and I dipped the servo in plastic dip, and I dipped the receiver with the extension, just like Aaron from RC Spark Studio. I used to watch him religiously, how he told me to do it. And then I put it in like a little Tupperware container on top of that. Yeah. Good memories.
Hey, here's a new topic Shane Yoder brought up. So I think he pretty much was saying how his son is kicking your ass, Mike, in points for intermediate e-buggy.
I know. I wish he didn't say it because his son is kicking my ass by 1 point.
Yeah. No, that is some very tight racing.
It is. It's
Intermediate
crazy.
e-buggy is crazy tight.
Yeah. I agree. It's like I say on the mic every weekend at LCRC, it's one of the closest classes. It really is. That Super Cup, at the ProTech Super Cup, it was nuts to me because I qualified 12th, so I'm second in the Super Cup round. They took the first 10, so I'm second in the B sort. And like normally when I look at a B main, the times I've been in a B main there, I'm like, I just have to get second. But the Super Cup scared the hell out of me because I'm like, I have to win. And like Yoder was in that race, Nick Camasco's in that race, Gage Hurley's in, like there's a bunch of heavy hitters in with me. And I'm like, I have to like pull something out of my ass and beat all of these drivers for the first time in my life. And then of course I didn't.
But you had 2 opportunities.
Oh, yes, and I blew them both.
You Schultzed it.
Alex doesn't give himself enough credit, and I hate him for it.
Until I get the results I want, I won't. I know where I have the capability to be. I don't want to say should, because that sounds kind of cocky. I know where I have the capability to be, and I haven't, at this season at least, I haven't raced to that point yet. Each race I've been to, no matter what track this season, I haven't been able to sit back and say, well, I gave it all I had, I am happy, I did very good, everyone else was just better. It was always something I did to myself every time that kept me out of doing better than where I ended up.
I, in my position, felt like I've said that for almost every race.
Well, when you're
I gave it whatever.
The other side.
You know, and I felt pretty good about most everything.
No, I feel good about everywhere I ended up, because I look back and see all the heavy hitters all the way around me, and I'm like, I'm doing terrific. Like, I understand I'm doing very good, and I'm very proud of how I've been doing. But I know I have the capability to go to this level that's a little bit above me. Like, it's right there. I can.
Everyone has that capability.
You just keep focusing on the negative.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because I want to fix the things that are negative. Like, I'm acknowledging the positives. I promise you, I'm seeing them, and I'm like, you did pretty. You qualified 12th overall, dumbass. That's good. But then I'm like, but Maya qualified 10th. Like, damn it.
So that leads us to our next podcast topic that I'm gonna have to write on and get some more information. It's gonna be staying happy and positive while racing RC with Taylor.
Did Toby take this class yet?
No. I like how you bring out one of the worst in comparison.
I see Anthony in the comments. What's up, Anthony? Thank you for telling me to believe in myself. And I better see you at LCRC, because you'll see me at Adrenaline in the winter. I better see you up here this summer. Hopefully at the Mugen Challenge.
Mike's sitting 12th, 13th, and 14th in all his classes. Dude, you're putting in the work. Great job. It's what it takes.
Yeah.
Mike said about making an intermediate truggy pro truggy class, since it's one of the largest groups. Now,
not, though.
I don't think it is. I think there's only like 60 some entries in like e-truck, which is what we have in intermediate e-buggy. Now, Mike, I do agree in the concept. Let me see if I can word this right.
I don't.
No,
I'm one big open class.
No, I agree in one big open class, but in the concept of splitting up per driver, I agree. Truggy falls on this delicate criteria where you have some some absolute menaces, and then you have us, and it's weird. It's a little weird, and I think if we keep growing the hobby, the races, and the way we're going, then it'll be good. But I really don't want to see it end up like a lot of the larger events where there's a sportsman, a novice, an intermediate, a pro, a 40 plus of every single type and flavor.
That's one more thing for the race director to police. Like all the sandbaggers and all that, that'll definitely be chasing trophies.
We got a big problem. So Anthony Donnelly, for those of you that don't know, Anthony says he's coming to the cancer race, which is great. Anthony, I can't wait to see you. The problem, Anthony is the raffle king. Anthony has the greatest luck at any RC event when it comes to raffles. When they went down to P&B, he won like 3 brand new e-buggy kits or something crazy, and the 50/50. So,
shit.
Anthony, I don't know if you ever came to the cancer race or not, but everyone that's there is in for a hurting because you are coming and you are the king of raffles, which is, you made the best choice of the race to come to, by the way. So, fuck.
It's an awesome race.
But Anthony, I can't wait to see you there. Hope to see you donating well into the raffle. I'll be there next to you because I gotta.
What
I wanna try
classes
to
does
be-
Anthony run?
E-buggy, truggy. I don't think he flirts with Nitro unless he got into that. Anthony, please poke in and help out with me on that. I know E-buggy, truggy. He was with us down at, when you came to Adrenaline. He locals Adrenaline
Okay.
in the winter. He's a pretty fast guy, faster than me, but techno guy. Very cool guy. So yeah, bring
So
some of your
go back to
real quick.
Go ahead.
Real quick. Bring some of some more of your Adrenaline peeps up with you, Anthony.
Yeah. You guys got a nice clique of people.
Yeah, I love it down
like
there.
Lee. I'll send Lee a message and see if he's gonna make it for Mugen or not.
Yeah, and Jacob too.
Yeah. Do you talk to Jacob? Is he gonna come for Mugen?
I haven't talked to him in a little while now.
Anthony says Nitro coming soon.
Oh,
Sweet, man. Enjoy it.
Mike.
No, Jeff made a comment to where like you wouldn't be a racer if you couldn't find places to improve every single weekend. I mean, you're exactly right.
Thank you, Jeff.
It's just Alex focuses on only the negative.
Yeah,
and
I'm
none
looking
of the,
to improve
and none
every
of the
time.
positive. Yeah, everybody's always looking to improve, and then also practicing with a purpose. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Not just running laps, actually trying to improve on at least one thing every time. You know. But
Staudelman's in the chat. Sup, Staudelman?
Hello.
Alex just needs to realize that he's gotten really good in the last 2 years.
Jacob and Lee are
They give himself some credit.
coming to Mugen. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that. I just want to get to the next level, though.
What's Jacob running now? He switches car brands
He
so
has
much.
like a Mugen. No, he doesn't have a Mugen, but he has the Associated, and then the Sparko, and then the Techno.
Yeah.
I think he has the Sparko now, doesn't he? Because he had the Techno, then he got a new car. I think it's the Sparko. Because
I
probably
think he
because
started
Lee's Sparko.
Associated to follow Lee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then went to Techno just cause, and then got the Sparko with Lee, but I don't know what he runs.
I don't think he's affiliated anywhere.
No, I'm just curious, like if he travels somewhere to a race, what he would bring.
Yeah. I am not going to Kyosho Classic, unfortunately. That's a 5-hour trip for me. And
I don't think
that
I'm gonna
in-
make it either, because I got my stuff all cleaned up, and then for me to hit trains and then re-maintenance my stuff before Mugen, I don't think I can make it happen.
I need more vacation days, Mike. I need 2 more years with who I work with, and then I will have 5 more vacation days, and I can do more things and stuff.
Let's say, well, next week is WO's race.
Yeah, that anyway.
So you're tied up anyway.
Yeah.
I thought that was this Saturday.
No, this Saturday's
No,
Is
it's
that
practice.
practice?
Open
Okay.
practice is Saturday.
That's what I got confused with.
Me and Lauren are gonna go up, and I'm gonna try to whoop Lauren into shape after not touching a track since Northeast Showdown.
Yeah.
So
If meditation worked, he'd be running with Schreffler. That's funny.
oh man. What else? What else do we want to talk about? We're only an hour.
There's a
30
bunch of
deep.
racing going on this weekend. We got
Where are we at?
Tilt Yard,
Ooh,
practice
yeah.
at WO. Does Adrenaline have a race this weekend too? Maybe. I'm not sure.
Anthony, help us out if you're still in here. If Adrenaline's
Pit
racing
Stop
or not.
has a race this weekend.
Yes, they're just club racing.
Mhm. Do we want to comment on the Pit Stop controversy or no?
Yeah, some guy was in the comment. They were doing they have a Children's Miracle Network race to benefit the Children's Miracle Network. They do that every year, right? Very good race. Now, within literally less than the past year, the track has came under new ownership. I was out there back in June, I think, when Gary and I went for Sean's race. Maybe it was end of May. But new owner's super stoked on everything, but he's still like learning. You know, of course, you start a new business, or you know, you gotta learn how everything works. And things and stuff happened. They didn't have a lot of stuff ready to go. 'Cause there's a lot of stuff that goes into races, especially when you're trying to donate. There's a pile of stuff. And all I know is how much stuff goes into races you're trying to give out raffle items to the racers, let alone trying to donate to a cause. And Krista is the queen of talking about this because how much stuff she does stresses me out thinking about it.
Yeah.
But so the owner of the facility was not pleased with what they had prepared or lack thereof, a little bit of both, and they said we have to cancel because we just don't have enough stuff done. He said, my bad, you know, we're gonna push for next year, make it the greatest thing ever. Just sweet, you know, he's acknowledging couldn't make things work.
But they also didn't even cancel the event. They just turned it into a club race. So it's not like the racers don't have a place to go.
Exactly. So yeah, the racers still have a place to go. It's just not with all the bells and whistles, which is fine. And so anyway, they put that out on Facebook. They're like, can't do it. Sorry guys, we're gonna club race though. Some dude I never heard of in my life, and I'm pretty on the up and up of who's who in this region. And you know, there's still people I don't know, don't get me wrong. But some dude was like, oh, what the hell? What the fuck? This, that, and the other. We used to practice there for $5 if we were using electric, or free if we weren't. I don't even race, but I can be sponsored by anyone I want. It's all about connections, yada, yada, yada.
Easy with the language now, Alex. We got children in the chat now.
Do we? Oh, Toby's
Yeah,
here.
Toby now joined us.
Toby, go to sleep. Why are you awake?
Yeah, this is way past your bedtime.
Hi, Toby.
We purposely schedule these past your bedtime.
Real quick, Anthony said Adrenaline is racing on the 9th, next weekend, and the weekend after, the 16th. So very cool.
Sweet.
Back to way past my bedtime, he said. But back to the pit stop thing. Yeah, this guy was just like going off on the track owner and anyone that affiliates with the track, of saying how dumb everyone was and how no one knows what they're doing. And not once did he offer to help. Like, instead of just saying, sucks to hear, I'd love to help to make sure next year is better, anything like that. He was just like, you guys have no clue what you're doing. It was way better when anyone else owned the facility, yada, yada, yada. Which goes back to like a million things in life. One, if you don't have anything to say, just don't say it. Or anything nice to say, don't say it. And two, like, who are you? I haven't seen you with a shovel out at pit stop helping build jumps. You know? I haven't seen you racing at pit stop supporting the track of any sorts, not even paying your entry fee. So, like, it's pretty asinine in this. We have a pretty small, tight-knit hobby, and there's still these trollers. I'm gonna call them trollers. They're trolls. Like, he's just sitting behind a keyboard talking shit. I mean, we do the same, but jokingly, you know? And it's just like...
Yeah, but we're so fortunate to have like such a great group of people in the Northeast that we get to race with, that these people kind of get weeded out.
Yeah.
Like, we invite everybody, but they'll get weeded out.
Yeah.
It's one guy out of 200.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You
And
know?
the 199 or 200 people all on Facebook started yelling at him like, bro, what are you doing? Shut up. And that was very heartwarming to see.
Did you read Toby's comment? He just wants us to talk shit about other people talking shit.
Oh, no, that's great. Yeah, yeah. Well, that's what we're doing right now. If you start listening to this instead of
Toby, if you listen to what we're actually saying right now, you'd...
412 RC Complex is racing on the 6th. That's in Penn Hills.
16th.
Sorry, on the 16th. 412 RC Complex on the 16th of August in Penn Hills behind the fire department. I'm guessing I'll probably be there. So
I'm going to pull up a comment to fulfill Toby's fantasy.
So
that car ain't even
popping like popcorn. But no, go ahead, Mike, before I jump into this.
Alex, Chris and I won't be there. Either Chris has like his like cookout yearly cookout thing going on. So either I'm going to be at that, or
did
I'm
I
supposed
get
to be in
invited?
New York.
Did I get invited?
Yeah.
I think
No.
we all
Why wasn't I told
invited.
about this?
No, I think we all got him. Didn't we all get invited? Chris.
Yeah,
I don't know
Chris.
if you did.
Chris, are you in the
Chris
comments?
invited me.
on the No Name RC podcast, when they released the top 25 list, Anobot says joke 25.
What's that mean?
What?
People hate the top 25 list for some reason.
Because no one clicks the second link to see how it works.
Yeah. People are just not understanding the purpose
yeah.
of it.
Oh well.
Go on.
No, I was
Got it.
mostly just commenting on that. We didn't have too many other fresh comments other than that, and the ones that we kind of shared in the group chat.
Toby, we'll catch up at a Mugen Challenge.
Yeah.
Go over some stuff.
New segment: Hot Takes with Toby.
All these.
I feel like we're
blokes-
gonna get banned for that one.
And it's just Toby talking shit for 10 minutes straight.
That'd be good. That'd be good. I like that idea.
It'd be pretty funny.
You got something else, Taylor, on this?
Nope, I don't.
Okay.
That was it. I actually scoured a couple of the things recently posted, both by Lefty, the No Name RC podcast, and around, but I didn't see anything else worthy of calling out.
So, we still have 15 viewers. Thank you guys for wasting your time and sticking around with us on a Thursday night. This is very cool of you. And anyone that joined in up until this point. We will be posting this to the Spotifys and the Apples and the YouTubes for listeners to follow along in the future. But for now, I want to talk about how a lot of pros at Wicked Weekend were struggling with their fuel mileage.
Yeah, why is that?
I don't know. I just want to talk about it. Maybe they had soon to be 14. Toby's going to bed, he said.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just assume from maybe it was different elevation, DAs were different or whatever, that maybe they didn't have the chance or forgot to quite test, or they were with the track layout, they were on the trigger a little more. You know, there's definitely...
It was pretty rough.
Yeah, there's some variable there, you know.
So we could compare the surfaces to Thornhill, because that was the last big race, right?
Yeah.
And to, what was it, Wicked Weekend. It was very loose and loamy, or extremely loose and loamy, compared to Thornhill.
Super high grip and borderline
So I feel like
pavement.
you're going to be a lot more on the throttle and the loose, loamy stuff to get the car going.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming without being there, the humidity played a little bit of a factor too, just like you were kind of alluding to for the DA. But some people weren't even getting mid 7 minute.
I
or
can't
so, and they were
speak
flaming.
on how much or the frequency,
Yeah.
but yeah, it definitely seemed like people were underestimating their fuel mileage. And I think it's like, you know, it's one of them things. It's kind of cool to see that even the pros are human and flame out. You know, good to see at our level. Yeah, like
But I would say
Dan
one-
Drexler said, air temp and pressure. That was definitely different.
Yeah, those
Dude.
both factor into the DA.
2 notes of flame outs though. Like Lutz on the first lap, and then
Fend
what
as
was it?
well.
A Fend as well. Like they weren't. I
That
mean,
was
obviously they weren't
for
actual
fuel.
flame outs. Yeah, just unfortunate stuff has happened.
both caught the flywheel somehow.
Yep. And you see Chicky running across the track.
Yeah. You got any more thoughts on that?
I don't, but Mike Stottleman brought up something completely different I'd like to talk about. Do you have more thoughts, Taylor, before we move on?
No, I was just thinking about different scenarios to answer Mike Stottleman's question.
Okay. Well, for the
Same.
listeners in the future, Mike Stottleman said, what are the thoughts of starting race days at 3 p.m.-ish going into the evening? Now, from me as a younger cat, the picture-perfect Saturday for me going racing, showing up at the track at 7 or 8 or 9 or whatever is, applicable. Racing all day till the 5 or the 6 or the 7 we end up doing, depending on the day, of course, and where we're at. Driving home and then opening up my pool hall and having all my boys over, or my family, and shoot some pool. Or I end up going out to shoot pool somewhere else at one of the local watering holes. So, point being, especially as me that works night shift, I like to keep my Saturday nights open. Now, beyond that, racing under the lights. Is it going to be something that comes to lights? Do we have proper lighting? All that. And then also, as Kevin and I think us three have talked about it before, where there is a thing as the sun goes down and the moon comes up, the transponders start checking in weird. So once you start getting to that past 10 p.m., 11 p.m., especially going on midnight, people start missing laps out of nowhere because of how the AM frequencies work. So
Not only that, but the whole eyesight thing.
And then eyesight, depth perception, your body color.
I have
A lot of-
astigmatism, so when the lights come on, it's like blinding to me, and I just see shards of light everywhere.
Love you, Toby. Don't forget 46RC wall. Okay, yeah, let's plug that.
Those you can plug
46RC.
that later.
Well, we'll plug it right now and later.
Okay, we'll forget
Yeah.
later.
Well, I bet we won't. 46RC has a waffle kicking off at 9 a.m. Get on their Facebooks before 9 a.m. Make sure you're ready. They are raffling off a FlySky NB4 Pro Plus in support of Toby's coverage of the Kyosho Classic, sorry. So, get in on that. Win yourself a brand new radio. Support Toby. Support 46RC and everything they do. And plug.
Two different perspectives on Mike's question. For late starts in the afternoon, it's like, if it's a club race, for the perspective of the person that is local and works and gets done or travels there, starting at 3, like, that's kind of cool. Like, I understand that. I think as a race director, race promoter, you should understand your customer base and the racers and kind of work with the majority of that. But for like a bigger event or anything like that, I'd rather start early. Especially all these events that we're going to now, where the entry counts are coming up quite a bit. Like a lot of these are 300 plus entries. I'd rather start early and get them done earlier. And then if we're traveling to home that same day, I'd hate to be traveling like WO, for example. I travel 3+ hours. Yeah, everywhere. So whether it's trains, WO, a single day event like that, 3+ hours on the way home, if we're not getting done till midnight, like that kind of sucks.
Now, and I will say, Mike, if you did a one-off thing where you did like a once a year nighttime trophy race, because there is kind of an aurora when the lights come on and you're going around the track that just feels sick. It's like Sandlot when the fireworks are going off and they're batting the balls on 4th of July. Like, there's something cool about that. So if you did like a one-off thing where, hypothetical, the first qual at 3, if you did, like, in my eyes, if you do a 1 qual straight to mains, 1 qual ends at, if it's 3 p.m., 412's used to 40 to 70-ish entries. So you'll be into mains 7 o'clock at the latest, pretty much after track maintenance, and you'll be finishing up the A's by 10. That's like a pretty good time, because in theory the people that come out there would still get home by midnight, race under the lights. You have all day Saturday to go do your adult things. So like a one-off thing, I'd definitely be in for that. But if it was like a weekly thing, personally, pretty much count me out. Because
Not to change your event, but how about this? And I love your idea for like a one-off. So to spin off on that, what if you had like AM practice like normal, whatever, 8 a.m. start time. Most tracks do 7, 8, whatever. Practice, shut off practice, and then you ran qualifiers up until a certain time. Like, depending on entries or anticipated entries, you ran qualifiers round after round after round up until 8 p.m. And maybe you got like 6 rounds of qualifiers in
So
or more.
the thing with that is, A, you're producing a super long day for those that got there at 8.
Yep.
Which
But here's the
is a
thing, if
caveat,
you-
you know, might be good or bad.
I'm not quite done yet, but if you just did best 2 qualifiers so that you could come on, run the first 2 rounds, and then just stop and come back at the mains, and you advertise the mains are going to start at 8 p.m.
Well,
So,
and this is the weird thing, is now, once again, I refer back to the people that might get there right when the track opens. Now you're creating a super long day for them, which they should know that. You know, they have full knowledge that this was advertised. You get here at 8 and practice till 11. Then we do qualifying till 8, main start at 8. So the people that show up at 8 are well aware they're in for a long day. Okay,
Yep.
So that's their problem. Now, for the people that don't show up at 8 and you're just running qualifiers basically willy-nilly upon who's there, it's hard to gauge when I should show up. If I don't want to show up at 8, I don't know when I should show up. Beyond that, I'm not going to have any practice before I run. So now I'm like, okay, I have to show up and just throw my car down. But if I show up at noon, it might be in the middle of Q2 or the beginning of Q2 or the end of Q1. Okay, so I can catch Q2, Q3. I might get a Q4 depending on entry count. Now I'm like doing all this math in my head that no one can give you an answer on because it all depends on who shows up at that second in life. And then, you know, say we have 70 entries and people were slow to get out to Marshall. Now we're only 2 quals deep and it's...
you're definitely going to run into a Marshall problem.
Well, beyond a Marshall problem, it's 7 p.m. We're done with Q2. Everyone there wants to run Q3, but my phone's blowing up of 5 or 6 people that are about to get here in 20 minutes to 45 minutes saying we're ready for mains. Now, do I tell everyone to sit and wait for an hour to start mains? Or do I run Q3? Or, you know what I mean? Because no matter what, running Q3, if we start at 7 p.m. based on my timing I laid out, we're not going to be done with Q3 till 9, 10 o'clock. So now we're 2 hours late to starting main. So now we're not getting out of there till 1 a.m. I see what you're saying, Taylor, but I just don't see how it could be applicable to any scenario from an administrative standpoint.
Yeah.
Like, on paper, it's a great idea. It's a glorious idea. Now, if we were to do, like Mike and I talked about for Super Cup, where it was, you know, no matter what, we started a seeding round at noon. It ended when it ended, open practice till 7. So let's put this into the 4-1-2 perspective. Open practice till 11. We're going to run Q1. And then open practice till 2. Then we'll run Q2. And then it's open practice till 7:30 after Q2. And then we'll, you know, do track maintenance and go into mains at 8. That could work. But the thought of running main or qualifier after qualifier, I can't. I don't have an idea myself on how we could make that happen. Cool. Thank you, Tom. If we want more driving time, racers need to contribute by getting out to Marshall quickly. This is what I preach on Thursdays and Fridays at LCRC. You will get maximum driver time with the speed you get out to Marshall. The sooner you get out to Marshall, the sooner the next practice goes up, and the sooner the practice after that goes up. Jeff says it's more simple to just pick a morning or afternoon start time for your event rather than trying to cater to both morning and night people. And yeah, Jeff, that's the boat I agree with you with. Yeah, I think both are cool, respectively. Mornings definitely the standard, but I do like the idea of specifically running at night.
I'm not a huge fan of running under the lights, but
Me
that's
either.
Yeah,
fine.
I'm not either, but it's also cool. Like I hate it, but it's also really cool.
Yeah, I mean, once in a while is okay, especially if it's planned. But like, I typically find myself just throwing the car in that direction and
Hoping,
guessing.
pretty much.
Like I get it for like some of the big entries. We're gonna and
Yeah,
some
when
of the
you have to,
qualifiers
you
are.
have to.
Yeah, it's just part of the game. But when it's unplanned and things are just taking longer, like I've been to an event at Trains and Lanes and we started running under the lights where it wasn't planned. It was just because the day was taking forever. That kind of sucked.
Yeah. No, it does. When the day like that's what I tell people about WO. If you're coming to the state champs race, just anticipate the mains being under the lights, or at least the later mains. But Tom said he enjoys racing under the lights. Everything else on this 40 plus body is broken, but my eyes work. You are the exception, Tom. Oh, Stottleman says, wouldn't say on a regular basis, just during the extreme heat months. And that is another glorious approach to the June, July, August month when it does get super hot. Guaranteed to be 10 degrees cooler come later afternoon / evening into night.
I'm guessing Williard probably hates racing under the lights. That's why Tom likes it.
Must be. Stottleman, let's get together, text me or something. And let's plan something for next year to have a 412 under the lights. I'll help promote it. I'll announce it. Let's make it happen. Tom says cars look better under the lights. Yes, I agree. It's also way easier to stare at Williard under the lights because he's dark. I can't see him as well. Can't see how ugly he is.
Shots fired.
I don't know about cars looking better under the lights. See, I go to MT Designs, my paint jobs in the daytime. They look awesome. Our buddy Chris that also paints cars, your guys' bodies look awesome in the daytime.
Yeah, I do get better metal flake shine out of the daytime than I do the night. Like right here, the lights here in the dim podcast room. You can't even notice that they're metal flake.
Just trying to shout out our painters.
Yeah. Mike Trahorn does a great job. Chris Patterson does a great job. Pretty much all the pro painters do a fantastic job. Tom says Williard shaves his palms too.
Interesting.
Well. All right.
Yep.
I'm putting it on the viewers. Put something in the comments you want us to talk about because we're approaching 2 hours, which is our roundabout time to end this joint. So, commenters, would you like us to talk about anything else before we end it?
No. Or just comment that we can go to bed now.
Mike said we can do that, plus track hold moisture better in the high heat months. Yes, I agree, Mike. That's when we get the best out of WO is under the lights. That's when we end up going to slicks. So, track conditions are better at nighttime.
Do they make truggy and buggy slicks?
With a Dremel.
No.
Yeah.
They do make.
I wasn't sure if anyone did.
Raw Speed makes
Well,
e-buggy
buggy.
slicks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
buggy,
Yeah.
I have Raw
Truck,
Speed
no.
e-buggy slicks. They used to make Prime slicks too, I think. Proline did.
Yeah, for e-buggy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have them.
You have those in an M4 compound for e-buggy? Dude, those would be
I've-
sick.
3 sets of them.
Okay.
Nice.
I want one
Two,
set.
two are brand new, not even open.
I would like to buy one of those unopened sets. We'll talk about that later.
$200.
Okay, never mind. Chris,
I know what I got.
I know what I got.
Chris wants to know where babies come from. Taylor, would you like to answer that?
No, because I don't have any.
Mike?
I don't have any either.
Chris, why don't you ask Lauren where babies come from?
Yeah.
And ask him about fishing and about if he's grounded or not this weekend.
He's gonna text you Saturday morning. I can't come.
No, he's grounded right now, so he won't text me until I produce this podcast. Well, I guess Saturday because he's like, "What time do you want to go?" And I'm like, "I don't know. You tell me because we agree on a time, and you show up an hour later anyway." So he's like, 10 o'clock." I'm like, "Okay."
Are you gonna wait till Wednesday to drop this, or what's the plan?
Lauren.
Oh, Lauren is here. Lauren says, "Baby has come from 36 seconds of hard work."
All right.
There you go. Yeah, I don't.
That answers that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll probably drop this Wednesday.
I got to get my endurance up, I guess.
I'm caught at that 19-second
Just-
mark.
Just borrow Matt's new pump. You'll be fine.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Does that help with the endurance though?
Ask him. He's using it.
Yeah.
Ask. As Davey would say, ask to Neil. It's Captain and Tennille.
Somebody tag
All
Williard.
right.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
We're getting out of hand. All right.
Yep.
Well, I'll start with the thank yous. Sorry to take it, but I want to thank everyone for listening. We have 10 viewers right now. Saw it up to 20 before, and we were fluctuating, but we always had a good number of viewers. Off the rails again. Yes, we are, Tom. Sorry, but I want to thank everyone for joining
Whenever
us.
he's in the chat
Right.
too.
I want to thank
Yeah.
everyone for watching and joining, and thank you, because this was a much better live podcast than our first go around of this. So thank you everyone for this magical moment, joining us. Yeah, I'll shout out ACS for doing everything they do. I got to go see you this weekend, Tony. I'll let you guys shout everyone else out.
Mike?
Good.
No. Okay. LCRC, of course. Mugen Siki Racing, Kevin, Krista, you guys are awesome. Thanks for supporting us. Toby and 46RC, go check out the waffle. Who else? Mike Treharn, Paints My Bodies, MT Designs. And then definitely all the new followers we got. We passed 700 followers this morning on Facebook, so that was pretty cool. Thanks to all you guys for listening to three nerds that don't know what they're doing, just talking about toy cars. So it's kind of cool. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, you guys pretty much thanked everybody. But I want to say thank you to everybody that actually listens to us talk. Just like Taylor said, without you guys, we wouldn't be doing this. So, thank you.
Looking forward to the next event,
Yeah.
Mugen Challenge at LCRC,
Mhm.
and I'm not sure. We'll probably drop another podcast before then, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And we
Probably.
plan to go live Thursday evening with Cody Sanner from the
Yeah.
track at Mugen Challenge. So watch out for that. I will be at and Mike will be at WO August 9th for the Battle of the Legends. Come out to that if you haven't been and you're capable. Otherwise, we'll catch you at Mugen once again. Check out Toby's 46RC waffle they're doing for Fly Sky Noble. Goes live 9 a.m. tomorrow. That's all I got.
Yeah.
It's live on his website now. There's a link in the chat. I just
Oh.
posted it again. So,
Go live to 46RC. Yep, there. Yep, in the comments. Mike posted it. Check that out.
and then depending on when this gets posted, the people listening to it later, it's what, July 31st right now.
Yes.
I would imagine the raffle will end by the end of the weekend, so they might be miss out. So,
So get in on that.
unfortunate.
Hope you're live. And if
And
it's
I'm doing a
still live-
bunch of videos and some interviews at Mugen. So, yeah. Hopefully, all the listeners will get in on that too.
We got a lot of stuff cooking for Mugen we're going to try to do on our end if we're capable. So watch out for that on the Facebooks. Till then, thank you all those for following the Facebooks. Continue to do so. I want to try to push the YouTube and the Spotifys and the Apples.
Yep.
Go over there, like, subscribe, share, listen, follow, comment, the whole bit. We ended this with 224 comments over this live, and that is just ridiculous. Thank you. I'm
Yeah,
so
our
grateful.
followers are awesome.
So grateful. I really am. Yeah, Stottelman said thanks for a good night of humor. Glad we can provide that. I think Chris said that earlier too. Yeah, we try to be fun. Try to have a good time. Hope you guys did too. I'm good. Are you guys good?
Yep.
Good. All right. Everyone have a good night. We'll catch you at the next one. See you later. Cut.
See you guys.
So yeah.
Where's my cursor? Pull it, Davey. Goodbye.